Okay, I have never played Supreme Commander Forged Alliance before. I don't know anything about it. It's an RTS, I think. That's about the extent of it. Let's check it out here. Try to adjust the audio balance here. Seems like it's about the same volume as other stuff, but if you can't hear stuff or it's too loud, let me know. Assume this is mouse and keyboard. Slightly more modern RTS, okay. Yeah, I guess I should add, I'm bad at this genre, although I've only experienced older ones like Warcraft. Graphics. You go like Rift in the Sky. Hella, 2 years later.
Multiple hostiles closing in on this location.
The turtle
Get
robots.
that ship out of here.
Engines coming online. Just need a couple more minutes. Primary thrusters engaged. Launch trajectory plotted.
Bandits on screen.
07 seems pretty late for 480p, but
Roger.
I haven't gotten far enough in to get to the options menu. Is this Supreme Commander 2? Okay.
Taking heavy fire. Where the hell is my support?
Targeting enemy forces.
It's about damn time. Establish a defensive line to our north.
Wait, so Supreme Commander 2 is actually Supreme Commander 3?
Initiate recall. The ship is on its own from here. Recalling in 5, 4,
Gotcha.
3, 2, 1.
The ship's been hit. It's going down.
It's a cool opening cutscene.
Recall clock. Recall.
Is Turtle Lady gonna die? Yup. Read profile. Okay, yeah, it wasn't letting me make the options before. I didn't want to make a profile off stream in case it like stopped me from seeing cutscenes or something. Always render strategic options, icons rather. Interface, subtitles on. Video. Oh, it can be widescreen. Huh, that's interesting. All right, this might crap out my graphics card. Let's see. Or not the graphics card, but the capture card. I'll switch off this screen here in a second. Boom. Hey, we made it. Hopefully it makes still possible to see stuff. Let me fix the crop there. It's still pretty tiny. Is there an interface scaler? I need to do 720p just so that it's visible on stream. Oh, is there not a 720 option? Huh. 16:9 is probably better though. That's easier to see. Okay. Sound. Turn down the FX and the music a little bit and keep the voiceover. Seems pretty good. And the rest of this looks fine, so sounds good. Okay. Doing the campaign, presumably, right? This is your first time playing Supreme Commander. Would you like to play the tutorial? Yes.
Listen up, Colonel. These exercises will fully train you in all operational aspects of your armored command unit, including the construction and deployment of structures and units. You need to get through this stuff as quickly as possible, because the Order and their alien buddies are kicking the crap out of us from one end of the galaxy to the other. So pay attention.
Okay.
The first thing you need to learn is how to navigate the battlefield. Your ACU offers a full view of the battlefield, including the ability to zoom in and out. You use the mouse wheel, or Q and W keys, to zoom in and out.
Okay.
Good. Let's move on. Now it's time to take your ACU for a stroll. Left-click the ACU to select it, and right-click on a map location to give it a move order. When you're ready, move your ACU to the designated location on the map.
That's my ACU. Armored Command Unit.
Well done. Your ACU is a powerful weapon system and can easily fend off lower-level enemy units.
This is the turtle
To attack
robot.
an enemy, select your ACU and right-click on the unit you want to destroy. Remember, your ACU will automatically attack as soon as it's within range.
I do like the little range bubbles. I assume those are for different kinds of
Attack and
attacks.
destroy the enemy unit.
Key number some damage numbers. Mass storage, energy storage. That would anger Andrea. Those are the same thing.
Good job, soldier. But don't get too cocky.
No, I'm not. Trust me.
Two resources create and maintain everything you build: mass and energy. In order to have a fully functioning economy, you must balance how you gather and spend each resource. This HUD element indicates how much energy you're gathering and spending, while this HUD element shows your intake of mass. If you spend more than you're bringing in, you'll have negative income and run the risk of stalling your economy. You obtain mass by building mass extractors on mass deposits. Mass deposits are displayed on your HUD as a green box with a green X through its middle. You can also get mass with mass fabricators and by reclamation. I want you to build 3 mass extractors. Select your ACU, click the mass extractor icon in the Build UI, and then click on one of the highlighted mass deposits. Do this for each extractor.
Those 3 things. Okay.
Schematics downloaded.
Mass extractor. Presumably that's within the yellow circle. Alright, so it sounds like you pay upkeep costs for this instead of paying one-time costs, maybe? Because he was talking about how if your drain exceeds your rate of generation, maybe it just means overall drain across multiple builds. Kind of cool that you could zoom in and see the things.
Well done. You're now collecting mass. Energy is collected through the use of power generators. There are 3 levels of power generators.
Cultivating
and unlike
mass.
extractors, they can be built anywhere on the map.
Well, that's convenient.
Your orders are to construct 2 power generators. Select your ACU, click on the power
This is the build
generator
UI,
icon in
okay.
the build UI, and then click on any open location on the ground.
Schematics downloaded.
I feel like those are backwards. I feel like you would need mass from anywhere and specific places for energy. It's kind of cool. You like 3D print it. Oh, it connected to the mass thing. Interesting. That's kind of cool.
Now that those generators are online, you'll receive a steady stream of energy. Okay, let's start constructing an army. Factories build engineers and tactical units like tanks, bombers, and submarines. Go ahead and build a land factory.
Land
Unit
factory.
schematics downloaded.
What's this? This is like my supply in the top right? Maybe they'll tell me. Allied assist signal, attack signal. Are those kind of like the ones in Majesty where you can like mark a part of the
Well
map for the
done.
AI to focus on?
Now you can start constructing an army. Now that you have a land factory, you can construct mobile land units. Left-click on the factory to select it, and then click on the units you want to build. For this exercise, construct 2 light assault bots and 2 light artillery. Each time you click on a unit icon, it will be added to the factory's build queue.
Schematics downloaded.
Two of each, right? Little marine. How cute. I really appreciate that range circle. That's something I really felt missing from Warcraft. Oh, and it gives you their combined range if you select multiples of them. That's cute. Neat.
Good job. Now you have the beginnings of an actual army. Control groups let you quickly select a group of units without having to use
God.
the mouse. To create a control group, drag, select, or shift-click the units you created and press Control+1. Those units are now in control
Hey,
group.
there's in-game feedback when I create a control group.
You'll automatically select all units within the control group.
Possibly all I ever needed for there to just
Make
be
a control
some
group.
feedback when I do this
Now you're cooking.
that like summarizes what they are. Oh,
Factories
that's
also produce
nice.
engineers, which are able to construct structures that are unavailable to your ACU, like mass and energy storage and radar and sonar installations. Engineers can also reclaim structures and units, capture enemy units, repair damaged units and structures, and assist with other construction.
Just the fact that there's even a sound effect that
Construct
plays
two
when you
engineers
activate a
from the
control
land
group is a big deal.
Schematics downloaded.
Wait. Build engineers. It was just in like an extra thing to have to keep track of when it didn't give you feedback when you activated a control group and didn't have anywhere on the screen to track which control groups you had activated. So these guys are like...
Well done. Both your ACU and engineers can capture enemy units and structures. And nothing drives those Order scumbags crazier than watching you use their own gear against them. A power generator has been placed on the map. Capture it with your engineers by selecting the engineers and right-clicking on the power generator.
What those are? Idle factories. Nice. Yeah, having depend. Did they add like an idle indicator for workers in Warcraft 3 or StarCraft 2? I always struggled with that because it's just based on like being really familiar with their animation cycles. Being able to pick it out of the noise, you know?
That power generator is now under your control. Good job.
Great Jorb.
Never know when one of those damn aliens is going to show up, so always fortify your base with defensive structures. Point defenses offer decent protection and can fend off most land-based attacks. Build a point defense at the marked location.
Unit schematics downloaded.
Point defense. That's cool. So they're automatically working together on building this, it looks like.
Good. Now if you're attacked, you'll at least have a fighting chance. Well, what do you know? Here come some enemy units. Good thing you built a point defense.
Oh shit. Thanks, point defense, for operating in cutscene there. And not depending on the physics to pull it off.
Defending against land-based attacks is only half the battle. You also need to be able to ward
Just
off air
learning the other
attacks.
half of the battle?
Build an anti-air tower at the designated spot.
Schematics downloaded.
Alright, so mine for mass and energy. Build a factory. Build engineers. Think a bunch of ground units. Build turrets. Ground and air turrets. Really? That's cool.
Maybe we'll make a commander out of you yet. Good job.
Thank you, Fletcher.
The enemy is attacking with bombers. Now aren't you glad that you built that AA?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
You can have all of the tanks and bombers you want, but if you don't know what the enemy's up to, you'll be fighting with one hand tied behind your back. That's why one of the most critical parts of waging war is intelligence. Radar is a critical component in gathering intel on your enemies. Build one now at the designated location.
Radar.
Unit schematics downloaded.
Radar system. Well, that's nice too. When you're zoomed out, it labels the control groups. Yeah, I think maybe quality of life features like that have played a pretty big role in what's made it hard for me to get into the genre. It's a lot easier for me to be like, oh, there's my 1 guys. 1. Haha. Okay, cool. And there's my 3 guys. Guess you only see that at certain zoom levels. That's fine though. I'm still in the tutorial, so I don't know if it's going to work when I actually have, like, time pressure. Because I assume there's no time pressure on this map, but that helps.
Now you can keep tabs on the enemy. Good work. Your radar has uncovered the existence of a small order base. Build up an army and destroy that base.
Okay. So this doesn't seem to actually be burning my resources permanently. Or maybe it's going to start to here soon. Not having some kind of on-screen indicator for control groups seems like one of those, like, why did they not do that for so long? I don't understand. I mean, it might be it's a hindsight thing, but I hadn't played any
Wipe out that enemy
RTS
base,
games
Commander.
at the point, right? I guess maybe like UI space was at a premium or something, but hooray, now they all, not only is there a sound effect, but they all get a little icon next to them that tell me that it worked. How nice. Idle factories. Wonderful. Engineers don't need to, like, mine anything, so I guess idle just means they're not building new mass extractors or power generators or something.
I want that enemy base destroyed. Get it done.
Working on it, Fletcher. Calm your shit.
I love seeing order units burn. Great job, Commander. If you've done your homework, you know that most ops will take place on massive battlefields. Transports are the most effective way of moving units across vast distances.
Okay, so if they run out of things to do, they can help the factory.
So check your field manual. For the purposes of this exercise, we're only going to cover basic use, and we've given you a transport. To load a transport, select the units you wish to move and then right-click on the transport. Once the transport is full, select it, click the transport icon, and then the spot on the map where the transport should unload. Load a transport and move it to the designated location.
Thanks, transport.
Transport is full.
This is a really nice zoomed out view where you can kind of quickly summarize through icons where everything is. Just like in lieu of a minimap. I feel like I would mostly be super boring and play the game at this zoom level. Yeah, I'm flying him to it.
Now you know the basics of transports. Good job. Picking up a larger order base to the north. We're sending you reinforcements. Add them to your attack force and erase that enemy base. I want nothing left standing.
So how do I dump from a transport? Is that just clicking these guys? Ah. Maybe? Maybe not. Attack, move, return fire, ferry, transports. That moves the whole transport. Huge scale is like their thing. How do I get these things to drop off here? Left click instead of right click, maybe? There we go. That's nice. Well, I don't even have to worry about selecting them. I can just generally tell them to go over to a certain area. Seems bad.
Destroy the enemy commander. Scratch one scumbag. I love seeing order commanders going up like that.
Did it kill all my units, though? Certainly killed a bunch of them. Okay. Neat. President Riley is killed. Earth is reduced to ash. Serum spread throughout the galaxy, slaughtering any human they encounter. Quantum Gate Network. Mass relays. Sure, Princess Rianne is never going to show up again. Sure, the enemy, the Seraphim as gods. Just recapping the events of the first game. Guerrilla war against the Seraphim. Brackman is forced to retreat to the deepest reaches of space. Interesting. The Seraphim are the surprise aliens. I guess I'll just play as the Terrans.
I don't know how the hell this happened, but those bastards found us. They've made planetfall, and are attacking Fort Clark and the outlying civilian centers. This is the end of the road for us, Commander. Fort Clark is our last base of operations, and all of our evacuation routes have been severed. If we falter today, the Seraphim and their lackeys will have free rein to butcher every last human in the galaxy. We have no other choice but to dig in and hold the line. General Fletcher is already on planet and leading the defense of Fort Clark. We want to open up a second front, which is why you're gating in south of his position. This is your LZ. There are 2 Order bases at this location, and they are providing reinforcements for the Order's assault on Fort Clark. You will destroy all Order structures and then push inland. Continue north until you link up with Fletcher. Once the siege on Fort Clark has been lifted, the 2 of you will directly assault and destroy the Seraphim commander. Failure is not an option, Commander.
Does this game have play speed adjustments via keyboard command? It's okay if the answer is yes, but I'm hoping the answer is no.
This is one of the 2 enemy bases in the area. Blow them both back to the Stone Age and then sync up with Fletcher. There's a line of enemy artillery protecting the bases. They are targets of opportunity, but if you destroy them, it'll make your life a hell of a lot easier. Once you deal with the primary base, we'll update... Ah, hell, enemy gunships are inbound. It's time to get you down there while we still can. Damn it, They're attacking the gate. Get on planet while you still can.
Commander under attack.
That was a little too close for comfort. Get it done, Commander.
You just gated into a hell of a mess, Colonel. But I'm glad you're here.
Wow, this is pretty different from the tutorial. What the hell are my units here? Armored assault bots. Do I have a way to quickly see? Okay. So, I have mass storage fabricators. There's already extractors running on most of the place. I have no engineers and no factories, I guess. Submarines. Oh god. Okay. Wait, can I not make a factory? Like land factory, here we go.
The damaged shield generator will help protect you from hostile fire. Repair it. HQ out. We're uploading the Percival schematic to your ACU. It's a siege assault bot that has been modified so it can cross water. HQ out.
Alright, so who can repair it? Anyone or just engineers? Just by right-clicking they can repair? I like that the ACU is like a super engineer. It's kind of a cool concept.
Excellent. The shield is fully repaired and operating at full capacity. HQ out.
Can I like get them to just repair everything in an
It is
area?
imperative that you move inland as quickly as possible. Countless lives hang in the balance.
Shut up.
Enemy subs are operating in the channel north of your LZ, Commander. Destroy them. HQ out.
So the amphibious units they were talking about, hold on. Clear artillery. Destroy the submarine patrols. Do you build over something that's destroyed? I assume I need all aerial stuff. Oh, son of a bitch. I think I accidentally selected all my... Okay, I need to give all these guys like a... Shit. What are these things that I have selected right now? Engineers. I need them to be marked somehow. So I think I screwed up by clicking them away from building the thing they were building. This is a very complicated first mission after the tutorial. I guess maybe they're assuming you already played Supreme Commander 1, which did a little bit more gating at the beginning. Is there a maximum number of engineers that can help with building something? Wait, are they not building right now? Just trying to breathe over here. There's a lot of shit on the screen. I get a marker no matter what, so that's nice. Kind of want my idle units to just be repairing things nearby. Is there a button I can press to make them do that? Air Scout, Interceptor. I have no idea which one of these I want. Quick maneuverable. Bombers I want for taking out the submarines, I guess. Can I save during the middle of the mission? Hold on. Menu. Guess I just want bombers. So what the bubble's supposed to be for? Fuck. Does the enemy have an economy that I have to worry about this whole time? Assume the answer is yes. So green are enemies. Destroy the enemy submarine patrols. Are submarines like hidden unless if I have a certain kind of unit to be able to see them or something? Maybe that's the unknown unit. No, those are land scouts. I think I lost some bombers. It's hard for me to, like, visually see what's happening in this game. It's cool that they've given you a lot of quality of life improvements, but I guess I'm appreciating now Warcraft where there's, like, very simple tile-based structure and only so many units can be on the screen. This is just, it's like visual soup in a lot of cases. Previous units, they gradually throw at you, but in this mission your starting defenses are enough to protect you for a long time. Okay. Air Scout. So my bombers did nothing for me. Is it because they can't see the submarines, or the submarines like hidden by default or something? So they're supposed to be in this main channel, I think. Maybe I'm pretty much exclusively supposed to play in this zoomed out view. And like I have the option to zoom in really close and look at them all cool, but the game makes more sense if I look at it like this. Is there tanks in the water? What? How does that work? Is it like amphibious or something? Torpedo bombers. I still don't know where their subs are. That is one of my objectives, right? Submarine patrols operating in the channel. Oh, maybe these are them? Two out of 6. Okay, golly. Naval factories have to be built on the water, I assume? I already have some? What are these big guys here? They're destroyed naval factories. Okay, so the UAVs are amphibious and can go out in the water and build stuff. And if I had built this on top of a burnt out one, I would do so for cheaper, I guess. Attack submarine. The air units can come and fuck with me. And kill the UAVs? Okay. Anti-air. So this thing is getting like completely destroyed. I need to have something anti-air over here to but I can't build the anti-air turrets in the water, right? That it requires a frigate, basically.
I could really use your help up here, Colonel. Destroy those bases as soon as you can.
I'm working on it? Question mark. That's an assumption you can make. So you can build anti-air turrets in the water, and it getting shot interrupts its build queue, it looks like. Okay.
Some of those artillery positions are still operational. HQ out.
Wait, so you can't construct them in the water? Or I need a certain kind of turret to build it in the water, presumably? So I'm never going to be able to build anything with this because it's getting constantly bombarded, and every time it gets hit, it stops, it loses its crafting progress. I think. Right, anti-air turret cannot place in the water. You can put it on the shore, I guess. Are you thinking of a different kind of turret then? Okay, thanks. So you're saying how many of the UAVs engineers can help with like speeding up the crafting on a building? What's up with these not starting at full health? Any number? Did they destroy my turret? Seriously? Maybe it was getting shot while it was being built or something? Jesus Christ. They fly by so fast you can't really respond to them, so... I guess with the way the economy works in this, losing units, I'm not permanently losing anything from the map that I can't regain later. Like I have that problem in Warcraft and Starcraft where you run out of gold or wood or whatever. They won't all help build this one turret, I don't think. Or maybe they will. I feel like I had an issue earlier where I was trying to tell them to all go do something and only like 2 of them did. Maybe something else was happening at the time. So torpedo launchers will hit submarines. Does not engage aircraft or submerged units. Wow, so they take forever to heal units, I guess. Alright, well, let me try to find the other submarines, I guess. Let me save. How smart are they about, like, chasing a unit? Do I have to micro them pretty closely?
Good job.
Hear the
With those
channel.
subs out of the way, you can prepare your assault against the Order's positions on the mainland. HQ out.
Oh god, they blew up all my turrets. So, my turrets can't hold their own indefinitely against enemy aerial units? Okay, hold on. Order artillery positions or covering your approach across the channel. Destroy them. What do they mean, artillery? These things over here? Anti-flak artillery. So those will stop me from sending aerial units across, but I can send, like, ground units to go kill them, maybe? Now they all seem to be working together on the land factory. Huh. So how do I know? Will it say amphibious? I guess none of these are amphibious except for... wait. Yeah, so I need a transport, I guess? I guess I can start having them build pots and stuff. So how do I get stuff across the water safely? I guess I try to do transports to the beach and then I drop them all off, maybe? Okay, so I am still giving them queue operations there, I guess. These guys are assault bots. Like in the top left corner, it says amphibious in text above its name. Oh, how do I level up the factories? This first thing? So that's like a tech upgrade that's per building, basically. Oh god, they have fuel? Alright, I'm gonna try not to think about that.
Transport is full. Transport is full.
What do tier 2 engineers do?
Transport is full.
Is there any way for me to quickly say, hey, I've got this number of transports and this number of enemy or soldier units, load as many of them into all of my transports as possible, other than just manually click between them repeatedly? Hey, Ben. More blueprints and stronger turrets. Okay. So is there a button that I can do to just have them dump everything? I think there's a dump all button in... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, so much for that. I honestly don't know how to cross... I guess I need to build amphibious units, right? Tech 2, field engineer. I may as well upgrade all of these. Yeah, this is a crazy first mission after the tutorial. The tutorial teaches you like 5% of what's going on in this map, and then this is the first map. There's a purple button on the UI of the transports. Wait, when these guys get too high level, they can't make the old things anymore? Because I don't have the option to make transports now with the level 3. So I have to maintain lower level factories to make more transports, I guess. Tech 3 engineer. Armored assault bots. Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't see those, no. Air transport, 12 units. Has some guns. Is that pretty standard? Attack level is insufficient. Master building lower tier units, okay.
The Order artillery is still active. HQ out.
Working on it. I guess I'll have my idle engineers go help, I guess. Oh, I guess I started with some armored assault bots? Okay. Oh, they can be members of multiple control groups at the same time.
Can't rendezvous until you eliminate those bases.
That's nice. I'm glad that's a thing. So, would it be fair to say that this game is very, like, unstoppable deathball focus? That it's about making a ridiculous, over-the-top army that can't lose? No, don't transport. Let's see what I can do if I cross now. Yeah, that's... People have been trying to sell me on death balls in the other RTS games I've played, that it's like you really just need to make a ridiculous force of enemies that you just throw in there and then they just win without you having to pay attention. Which, I don't know, I haven't gotten it to feel right in a game yet. Maybe it's better in this one because you have infinite resources, so you don't have to worry about conserving resources in case you tap out or send in a mindless death ball and lose a bunch of resources in the process, you know? So this might be better for that, I guess. It feels like cheating.
The first artillery position is destroyed. HQ out.
Which I recognize that it's not cheating, but... Oh, these little units are pretty good, actually. Okay. Looks like they're pretty good at targeting everything that's a threat on their way, too. Death streams. Death streams just keep making units and then march them forward and then keep sending more and more groups out there.
That's the last of them. All the artillery positions are down.
Even the ones up
HQ
here?
out.
So anti-air turrets aren't the same thing, huh? What?
Attention all order commanders. Fort Clark. Covert Aeon Lo-
Thought I was doing well. Where's my load screen? Here. Oh, there's no autosave. Alright, well I should have saved before I marched them forward. I don't remember if I did. So what happened there? Oh, did I never... Okay. Save after I upgrade them here, I guess. But... do they make it through my shield? Like, do I have any way to set something to just sit and keep repairing my shield? There's no mini-map to know, right? I can't, like, turn one on so people can help see when I'm neglecting something like that. I guess I could try to do all this at max zoom so we can pay attention to it. To get tier 2 air units by having a bunch of time to research because I've been dicking around for too long or something, or... Can I build, like, another shield and stack the bubbles, or is it just a maximum of one bubble per area? My factory is getting shut up because I felt like they had plenty of time to craft these guys. Are they stalling? Let me make a bunch of engineers to help, I guess. Tier 3 engineers will speed things up more, I guess. Alright, finally finished making one, okay.
The Order artillery is still active. HQ out.
So they can directly build a tier 3 structure and instead of having to upgrade? Okay. Let's see.
We can't rendezvous until you eliminate those bases.
I'm trying. So what actually destroys the shield? Is it like the air units shoot at the bubble and the bubble deals damage to the shield generator, or... I think there's maybe not a unit selection limit either, though I can't tell for sure. Let me save here. This may have been where I died last time. I'm not clear though what's happening. So, like, what's happening right now? I'm getting massively attacked by aerial units? Did they, like, take out my turrets or something? Oh god, dude. I honestly can't see what's happening a lot of the time. No, not on their factory. Oh, yeah. Can the anti-air turrets shoot from inside of my... They destroyed the thing.
Attention all order commanders.
We try to slow the game down and see if they can shoot from inside the shield. So why are they suddenly overwhelming me when they weren't before? Has something changed? Do they get the ability to ignore turrets or something? Are there diminishing returns for stacking all of your engineers to help build the same turret? Does it make more sense to split them into two groups and build multiple turrets at the same time? Nicer turrets that are only buildable by higher tier engineers. Alright, let me try to make those. I was trying to make level 3 engineers before. Quantum gateway, missile launcher, anti-air aquatic SAM launcher. I think maybe the turrets I just made. So like when they crash, they land randomly and they could crash through my bubble, basically. Is that potentially, possibly what got me killed? I've apparently got some of these sitting outside the bubble that have been getting their asses kicked. Naturally diminishing returns. So can you like kamikaze to try to get through a shield and do that on purpose? Hopefully the big suite of new turrets are enough here. Oh, that's really lovely that I don't have to do attack move. I don't think attack move is even a thing in this game. I think it's just, oh, when we're moving, we're gonna attack.
Artillery position is destroyed. HQ out. That's the last of them. All the artillery positions are down. HQ
okay,
out.
Well that's nice. Move north across the channel and eliminate the order bases. Fighter bomber, which means that they can both hit land units and air units. That's interesting. And the missile defense is ground units, I guess. Anti-nuke. Okay. Anyway, I can go to see like a summary of my units, like listed by what type of unit they are. Mini-map. Oh, that's good. That's somewhere, I guess. Well, we're out of mass. Yeah, this is one of those maps where it hasn't mattered all map, and now suddenly it does. Still done once these all finish getting crafted. Where are the bombers? This thing's making bombers, and I don't know where it's putting them. They like automatically fly around or something. Fighter bomber. Guess let's just go start destroying things, maybe? Okay, that's fucky, but I think I understand. Thank you. Selecting everything is... this is really helpful. The main thing these amphibious units can't deal with is aerial units, right? They'll get wrecked by aerial units eventually.
One of the bases, HQ out.
Alright, just do everything zoomed out all the time, I think.
That's both of them. Proceed inland, HQ out. Constable Graham is on the horn. I'm patching him through.
Commander, order units have overwhelmed most of our defenses. We've been cut off from Fort Clark, and General Fletcher is unable to get reinforcements to us. We need your help.
Change in plans, Commander. Fletcher's going to have to hold Fort Clark a bit longer on his own. You will defend the civilians and eradicate any enemy forces in the area.
So is this a new level?
Everyone on this planet. You are fools to stand against our might.
No, it's the same map. But it's expanded the size of the map? And now I have to deal with more bullshit. Or if I hadn't have triggered the first thing, I could have built a bigger army, I guess. Okay. Let me save, I guess. So if I want more mass, because mass is currently a problem, what would be the best way to go about doing that? Do I reclaim ones from the computer? Is that what these green things are? Yeah, I remember them expanding the map size, but I'm guessing I don't have to deal with any of the units on the other side of the map until I trigger the first objective. So I can try to build a unstoppable death ball in relative safety, and then send that death ball to just destroy the next part of the objective. I guess maybe I also don't have any way of knowing whether there's going to be another step here. I don't really know what I'm shooting at here. Power generators, factories. They're still crafting away. When you zoom out to max, you can tell if more is going to come up. Okay. You can maybe help take out the aerial units here. Oh, but there's a lot of them. What are those main things? Are they just anti-air only, basically? They just got fucking shredded, apparently. Finish those bombers, I guess. So most of the little squares aren't enemies, they're just resources.
There is no stopping us.
Does destroying their resources affect their economy at all? I mean, I assume the answer is yes, but... I always assume that the economy is bullshit for the enemy in these games. It's felt like they just like get free units or they don't work the way the rest of They don't work the way human players do. Destroy the bases. 50% of civilian structures must survive. Oh, they're already starting to lose. Okay. It's like their pathing's generally pretty smart, but sometimes they get stuck on like hills and shit and shoot into the hill. I think that's the last one.
The civilians are safe. I am forever in your debt, Commander.
No problem.
Operation area expanded.
Looks like Gary is sending out the welcome wagon. Assuming you live
Big
through this, head
robot.
up there and destroy Gary once and for all. HQ out.
Yeah, I would like to know the answer to that question too.
Last, the end of the UEF is within my sights. This day has been a long time coming.
Gari must be defeated.
We'll fight you to the very end.
Is Gari marked on the map in a certain way?
Got a galactic colossus heading your way. Deal with it. HQ
Seems
out.
bad. So like a boss, basically?
Another problem, Colonel. There's a second town east of your position. The Order Commander hasn't attacked them yet, but can only be a matter of time. Please protect it.
The Order Commander is moving sniper bots into position. They're quick and pack a punch, but their armor isn't worth a damn. HQ out.
Here's the sniper bots they're talking about.
This planet shall share the same fate as Earth.
So it probably makes sense at some point to go out and just try to claim all of the mass units with the engineers, maybe? Can I do that quickly? Like just click on the unit to build it, or do I need to specifically tell it? High-end mass extractor.
Enemy naval units coming into range, Colonel. Sink them before they can bombard the city. HQ out.
Does that know what that is? Hi, Mr. Rowie. Naval units. I'm trying. Oh, is that the boss there? Fabricator converts some energy income into mass that can go anywhere. Okay. So I can't see where that Colossus thing is because it got out of my sight range. No anti-air. I don't know what's actually killing those units now. I didn't see anything on the screen. Let me save. Am I out of engineers? Yeah, I think I am. Yikes. I don't know when or how they died. Oh, because I tried to march them up here to build something and they got destroyed instantly. So, can I always see the places to extract mass when I zoom out? How do I know the difference between one that I've already claimed and one that's available but I haven't claimed?
The UEF is finished. There will be no escaping us this time.
Wait, so those don't show up when I select all units? That only does combat units?
Protect that town, Commander. HQ out.
Definitely not going to be protecting that town. That's an optional objective. What's the reason to complete the optional objective? Does it matter in the campaign or something? Because they all look the same, I think, the different deposits. Whoa, chill out. There's something bad over here, I think. Well, this is new. Okay, so when you look at the big view, that means you haven't placed something there yet? Thank you. And I can just click on them to start placing them? I don't have to, like, select build mass extractor or whatever? Which is probably why my economy tanked, because they got destroyed by the enemy at some point without me realizing it. Well, I have to select it. Is there a reason for that? Is it because there's multiple kinds of mass extractors I could want to build and it doesn't want to just auto build it? I think so. It says high-end mass extractor, Tech 3 mass extractor, but it doesn't want to select it when I have multiple different kinds of engineers selected, unfortunately. Yeah, they're all going to die. Shoot. I feel like that boss was out here earlier. I don't know where it is now. If I had a slightly larger army, that may have gone better. How does a radar work? Does it just give you a range of vision around itself, or...? Yeah, I think I started with radars because I feel like I remember seeing way more gray blips. I'm seeing some up there. Is that because of, like, allied civilian radars?
Falls, I will cleanse every person on this planet.
Okay, well, like, where are you, though?
Beg for mercy, and perhaps I shall grant you an honorable death.
Oh, there they are, I think.
Attention all order commanders. Covert Aeon loyalists
I
infiltrated.
guess I'm trying to save more often. I'm not good at this genre. This is part of an elaborate experiment to see if the problem with me being bad at RTS games had to do with me playing older RTS games like Warcraft and StarCraft, and then maybe having the quality of life features of a more recent one would help, but I don't know what to be looking at. I don't know what the developers want from me. I don't know where my focus should be at any given time. So tips are helpful.
Once Fort Clark falls, I will cleanse every person on this planet.
I lost all my engineers as of this save. Let me check. I have one. I'm gonna die over here anyway. My save is pretty close to when I died earlier. That's cool, Mr. Rowdy.
Beg for mercy, and perhaps I shall grant you an honorable death.
No, they're already all dead. Let me just use them to try to help back here. You guys come down here, I guess, to stop whatever this land invasion is. One of these is a radar.
Once Fort Clark falls, I will cleanse every person on this planet.
Omni sensor array, is that right? That's really cool. Is there a lot of demand for the multiplayer in this? That's pretty high. It's impressive. I think I wasted my good economy earlier on, not realizing that I had a bunch of like mass extractors that got destroyed. Like, what was I supposed to do when I started the mission? Was I meant to like go and build bubbles around all of the existing mass extractors and stuff? So the turret's a pretty good range there, I guess. Or reclaim dead units and make them into mass while patrolling. That's kind of cool. So whenever the shield bubble goes down like that, it's down temporarily and then it recharges? Okay. Okay, so I have a tier 3 radar now, which everything is tier 3 just an enormous range or something? And is it not going to show me the boss on this map? Because I thought it was down here somewhere. Maybe it moved elsewhere. What are the half circles? Are those naval units? Triangles are aerial units, right? I don't know where Gari is. Maybe she specifically doesn't show up on the radar. Countermeasures against stealth. Okay. These guys are struggling to craft these because of my mass issue, it looks like. What's most of the mass being spent on? Is that me trying to repair and stuff? I think so, okay. These getting online will help me a little bit here. Oh, good. So much for that plan. Wow. Instantly destroyed my extractor. Fantastic. Some to defend the base, I guess. Those are all air units that these guys can't do anything about, right? Okay. Alright, mass income is starting to pick back up. That's exciting. So only the ones that are glowing green are the ones that I can activate. But it'll also be glowing green if it needs repairs, maybe? But there'll be a blue thing on top of it, it looks like. So does this mean there's definitely going to be at least one more map expansion after this next objective, as long as I can still see black on the edges of the border? I'm wondering if it makes sense to build more bubbles over here. That's a heavy shield generator, is that right? Okay. What's the ground turret now? Not artillery, right? Or is there not a level 3 ground point tier 2 point defense? Any reason I would want an anti-flak artillery once I have the tier 3 anti-air? Not on this mission, okay. I'm guessing that was part of my problem earlier. Ground units were getting over here and then just overwhelming things. Black is better for grouped units. Okay. What does the sonar platform do? Reveals naval units. Usually they have stealth, I guess. So I'll have these guys repair shit. So, oh, I never got these to level 3. The level 3 air factory has anti-air / bomber. So, ground versus air units. It's still a quick way to select everything, that's nice. What do you mean by targeting based on sight? I mean they'll start targeting things out of range of them as they march or something? Does that include my turrets, I guess? I assume the boss has stealth or something. Was it the turrets that destroyed the squad of tanks without me having to like look for them, basically? Alright, we're too slow to track those down every time, I guess. I see. And I can have sight of something that doesn't have sight of me, so I can destroy it and they won't know what's happening because it's happening to them from off screen, effectively. Interesting to try to do.
You waiting for an invitation or something? Get in there and destroy that order commander. HQ out.
Trying, I just don't know where they are. They don't have a unique icon. Or can I develop something that'll make it so I can see them? Oh, maybe it's that green circle. Galactic Colossus. Okay. And she's running away because she can't take this force, I guess.
You may have stopped me, but you have no hope of defeating the Seraphim.
We'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. Wait, was that not Order Commander Gari? I don't see any other circles on the map. Air units that I can't do anything about. Now, I thought I set these things to make a bunch of bombers. Maybe I didn't. Or just do the anti-air units and send them out to try to mop up all their air gunners. Are they safe in the water? One on the top right. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I just need to march over there. It doesn't say that's my objective, but... shit's still going here. Now I got air superiority. My engineers all die somehow. They're not showing as idle anymore. I seriously can't find them sometimes. Is it because they're like set to try to repair stuff that they stop showing as idle or something? Experimental tech. Aircraft carrier. Artillery. Unlimited range? Is this supposed to be like your mission's been going on too long, so now we'll let you win or something? So they can assist with repairing, I guess. Let me just march some folks up there to try to kill stuff. What is and isn't affected by the red ping? Does that even affect creature AI at all? That's cool, Walter. Thing doesn't do anything. Okay. I really like that mechanic in Majesty. I'd rather like send my commands to a target instead of issuing dozens of commands to dozens of source units, you know?
continue to press closer to your beloved Fort Clark, soon it will burn.
Is she really? Which one's Fort Clark? Is that marked on the map somewhere? Just says civilian outpost. All these air units that I can't do anything about up here. I think I'm just getting overwhelmed with numbers. Speed air factory. How fast are these guys going? I think I just need to make a big army of anti-air jets and send them up there to try to kill a bunch of their aerial units that are taking out my guys. Will they not get in the water there, or is it too deep or something? Whatever. Let me just make the death ball so I don't have to think. That's a cliff. Okay. Okay, so the air superiority fighters are very slow to craft. Beacon class frigate. Okay, so my units can get distracted and go fly off. I see. How does the fuel thing work? I noticed that they have fuel. Okay, so I think they just beat me with overwhelming numbers there, right? They just had the whole map to be making air units or something. Are these units comparable to mine? Can't click on them to see. They can just keep making those forever until I destroy their buildings in the northeast corner, right? Will they stop making them at some point? What's my best way to deal with this, like, death ball of aircraft that they have up there? Because I can't march my amphibious units because they get swarmed by the aircraft and just die. Be 14, isn't it? Cut it more? I don't know. Why are some of the triangles up there green and some of them gray? Is that based on whether I've actually fought them already before, or...? Trying to do the anti-air units, but they seem to be getting wrecked via numbers here. I think what just happened there. We just try to march them up and see how many of these I can take out. Sneak up an engineer to build a turret in that neck of the land south of the air units. Oh, like do turret leapfrogging, basically. It's an interesting idea. I guess I can just ignore their air units with a big enough death ball of these things.
You are simply prolonging the inevitable. I will cleanse the civilian population.
Sort of. They have a bunch of bullshit over here, apparently. I don't know if there's turrets and stuff over there, or even if I destroyed anything. I think I took out some of their air factories. Looks like I took out a decent number of their... air units. But what's so great about Fat Boys? They shoot nukes. Shielded tank with decent anti-air and good anti-ground. When it stands still, it's a double speed tier 3 land factory. Land factory that defends itself and is very effective. Something's destroying me over here. Oh, it's another one of these Colossuses? So there was a circle up here. So is it kicking my ass because it has a bunch of other Colossi there or something? Not super clear on why that's fucking me up so bad. They have a bunch of Colossuses up here, which are ignoring these guys for some reason. It's a radar range issue. So, if I try to craft one of these things y'all are talking about, hold on. Go experimental tech, Fat Boy. These are just like ridiculously expensive or something. Still crafting them over here. Hold on. Them to help, I guess.
You freaks are gonna pay for what you did to Earth.
The Seraphim will never be defeated!
That sure was a pretty sight. Maybe the next order commander won't be so eager to flap her jaw. HQ out.
Okay. So I sent some guys up there and they
Clark
just...
is located to the northwest and the Seraphim commander is to the northeast. That alien is probably pretty ticked off that you killed his little sweetheart, so be ready for anything. Fort Clark must survive. HQ out.
Alright, I probably should have built up a bigger army before doing that, but... And now I have a maxed out map, I guess.
That alien freak is due east of my location. It's got some experimental units stomping around, and we'll need to destroy those too. Assault its position from the south, and I'll push in from the west. It won't be able to defend two fronts at once. I'm getting shot to hell up here, Colonel.
So this makes units, and it's also pretty good.
They've launched a nuke.
So I just send it somewhere where it can build units, I
Millions
guess.
of lives will be lost. The civilians are dead. There is no one left.
Protect Fort Clark. Defeat the Seraphim commander. Destroy the experimental enemy forces. We just like fly it up here and start building a bunch of shit, I guess.
Brigadier Fletcher requesting assistance. Seraphim forces are pounding me pretty hard.
Is this thing pretty good at defending itself?
Hold the line, Colonel. We must protect the civilians. Haul out.
Will it just drop them as it travels then, I guess? Don't throw it straight in the enemy. Only construct while not moving. Okay. So the Q will cancel if it's moving. And it has okay air. What's the purple circle on that thing? Squares are building, so we really want to take out squares as well as we can. Are the mobile artillery and the heavy assault bots better than the armored assault bots? Because they don't have to cross water? Aircraft can come back to refuel. Okay.
Fletcher, there's a large experimental unit approaching Fort Clark. That alien isn't done yet. HQ out.
I see it. Commander, hit that thing with whatever you've got.
Which one are they talking about? There's a bunch of bullshit on the screen. This thing?
Seraphim is still kicking, Colonel. Let's remedy that.
Experimental assault bot.
Maybe they'll think twice before attacking like that again. Good
At least
job.
it didn't blow up as a
HQ
nuke.
out.
Make a save real quick here. Okay, now we're running out of mass extractors again, or whatever. I think I had some units come and mess with my base or something. Having this big zoomed out view where you're basically playing like on the equivalent of the mini map is pretty nice, because I think it reinforces the whole theme of you should be thinking in terms of armies and not of individual units. Warcraft really makes me think about units, which I think is incorrect.
You freaks are gonna pay for what you did to Earth. It won't last much longer now. Make it pay for what they did to Earth.
Working on it. I do like that the squares turn gray when you've just killed them, so you can kind of keep track of the destruction you just wrought.
All enemy forces have been defeated and Fort Clark is safe. Well done, Commander. This is an important victory for us.
No, there's a loop button that says make these forever. Okay, that would be nice. It's kind of what I just want them to do.
Against the wall, but you did it, Commander. Fort Clark is safe and we achieved an important victory against those damn aliens and their allies. From this day forward, we're through running from them. If we're going to survive this, we have to be able to take the fight directly to our enemies. And that's what we're going to do. Haul out.
So this is still something, this is, obviously we still have a little bit of time left, so I'll start trying the next mission, but just kind of giving my thoughts on the genre. Like, this is obviously better in terms of the feedback to me as what I'm doing right and not doing right, and things like tracking the control groups, which I completely lost track of at the end of the mission once I realized I could just zoom out and select one full group of the same kind of unit. I still don't feel like when I'm playing well or that I'm succeeding that I won correctly, because if I'm not building every kind of unit that's available to me and I'm not doing something more interesting than just build a million amphibious units and march them until the enemy eventually dies, like it almost feels like I'm using a cheat code. And it's hard for me to wrap my head around, like, that's how you're supposed to play. It's okay to like pick one unit and just build a million of them. I haven't thought of another game genre that's like analogous to this for me. I mean, maybe like picking one weapon in Dark Souls and mashing R1 doesn't feel bad, so why does picking amphibious units and making a death ball feel bad? I don't know, but it feels like I'm not doing what I should be doing, and it feels like I'm just barely winning through cheating. So I'll keep playing through it because I got to figure this out at some point. People play these games for fun.
Infiltrated the Order over a year ago. Their efforts have provided us with important intelligence, and they have also assisted us in spreading the word and truth of the Princess. However, the entire Loyalist network is now in grave peril. QAI has been using Copernicus as a staging ground for attacks into Coalition space. In an effort to stem those attacks, a group of Loyalists launched a secret operation against QAI's position. The operation ended in failure. QAI knew the attack was coming, and it captured 3 Loyalist leaders. We know from past ops that QAI will implant them with AI chips. If that happens, our entire covert network will be in grave peril.
The importance of this operation cannot be understated, Commander. It is now obvious that our security protocols have been breached. There is simply no other way our enemies could have known both the secret location of Fort Clark and about our covert actions on this planet. This situation must be dealt with before it spirals out of control.
Loyalists are still operating on.
Can I do a different faction in every level, or does that change from... Do I commit to that on that first mission? Probably should stick with the one that I've learned a little bit about.
Rescue the Loyalists being held by QAI. Once they are secure, you will destroy QAI's base. That horror of a machine is aided by an Order commander named Celine. She was once very loyal to the princess, but fell victim to Kale's lies. A Loyalist spy named Thalia will be your on-planet liaison. She will have more intelligence for you once you arrive. You gate immediately.
Watch your back, Commander. Good hunting.
Gate means to, like, teleport, like they were talking about earlier. I think I have a unit that does something like that. Yeah, I mean, I really mean that, like, sincerely. I'm not trying to, like, throw shade on RTS games. Like, the people who get this get dopamine chemicals and are having fun when they're playing it. I know it's, like, goofy to compare everything to Dark Souls, but, like, I know people who say, I don't get any fun from Dark Souls. I boot that game up, I run up to an enemy, I just die instantly. I don't get why people like this. And trying to understand it through that lens of, like, well, when I play it and I die, I'm like, I know what I did wrong. I didn't dodge at the right moment, or I overused my stamina or whatever. And here, the number of times where it's like, oh shit, my base just blew up. Now I have to go back and, like, reconstruct what I did wrong because I don't get that immediate feedback. Something's going on here. It's not all quality of life stuff.
Celine is launching attacks against the Loyalists, and you've got to fend her off. Let the good times roll.
You redo mission 1 with the other faction. Okay. That's cool that they do it that way, though.
I didn't expect Ryza to send the UEF commander. Celine's forces are attacking my base. Deal with them. Thalia out.
Wow, so this would be a much better first mission in terms of what I'm starting with here. I think they're trying to give me 1 million units to give me a sense of the scope of the game and to make it easier, but this is better? Power generators, air factory. Are these just... Okay, there are some land factories. But these are like allied land factories? So I don't have any of my own units yet. I have to build my own shit for once. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm excited about that, actually. Yeah, I wish this was the first mission. Part of the fun is diagnosing what's going on. You get satisfaction from completing the tactical analysis without an outcome. Interesting. That's helpful, Walter. Yeah, it's... I like to think about why I like or don't like something, or why something is intuitive to me or not intuitive, and I'm bad at being articulate about it. So maybe it's because I'm results-oriented that, like, just figuring out, oh, I died, aha, I died because this thing happened, right? Maybe that maps onto the Celeste thing, where we were playing Celeste and I kept having to ask Spiky and Namek for help with, like, charting the level, where I would say, hey, you know, I think what I'm supposed to do is dash up and to the right here, but it seems like that's wrong, and it's like maybe barely going to work 5% of the time, but is there a faster way to do this? And Spiky would be like, well, what you're asking me to do is to solve Celeste for you. You should just figure it out. But I'm like, but I get no joy out of doing it the wrong way and having the wrong way work 1% of the time. If there's a way that is better, like, discovering that it's better is just going to make me feel bad about the 99 times I did it wrong, you know? So maybe those exist in a similar space. I don't know. So do my allies do they share resources with me or no? This is a much better first mission. Volatile means they blow up and they can completely destroy your base if you're not careful with them, I guess. So where are my existing resources coming from? You just start with some in the bank before you actually get out there and recover your first mass thing, make your first bit of energy. Can you soft lock in this, or do you always generate a very small amount of mass and energy? The ACU has some basic generation. Okay. So I was intended to make a factory and then make some units and then use those units to come up here and take out these enemies. Which the computer is basically just doing for me here. Okay. And I can't steal their mass extractors. Okay. Go team? Because now it's going to take me forever with the +1 mass per time step or whatever. You cheated originally. Yeah, I mean, I definitely cheated a lot. I used Game Genies and Game Sharks a lot when I was a kid. But also, like, I feel like the gap between cheating in Final Fantasy or Mario 2 and, like, performing is much smaller than the gap between cheating in an RTS game and playing them well, you know? Oh, right. That's why all my resources are gone, because I set this thing. Can I just restart? Restart game is restart mission, right?
The Loyalists are extremely important to our efforts. Most of our actionable intel comes from them. We have to do everything we can to support them. All out.
Remember if anything older than Red Alert 2. Okay, well, now I understand better, so yes, please.
Celine is launching attacks against the Loyalists, and you've got to fend her off. Let the good times roll. HQ out.
I didn't expect Ryza to send the UEF commander. Celine's forces are attacking my base. Deal with them. Thalia out.
Working on it.
You heard the lady, Commander. HQ out.
Oh, can I not queue these? Okay.
Scans show that the area is clear of enemy forces.
Is it just that one unit the whole time? That's kind of funny.
There's an order base to your east. Attack and destroy it. HQ out.
Yeah, I wish this was the first mission. This seems like this is much more reasonable in terms of what it's asking from me
the
here.
Loyalists are extremely important to our efforts. Most of our actionable intel comes from them. We have to do everything we can to support them. All out.
There's an order resource facility to your northeast, and it is powering the shields at Celine's base. Attack and destroy the power generators at the resource facility. Thalia out.
Take this mass.
Maybe those Loyalists aren't worthless. Those power generators are what's keeping the shields operable at Celine's primary base.
Oh, so much
Take
for
out
that.
the generators and the shields are toast. HQ out.
This is so much better as far as a first mission is concerned. I'm actually kind of shocked. I think they were trying to do, I mean, this is the era of gaming where it was like, oh my god, we gotta like blow their minds in the first hour of gameplay, right? So that mission would have been amazing if you were like super into RTS games and you had played the first Supreme Commander and you're like, whoa, oh my god, this is so crazy. And here I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? This is huge. Oh, those guys are my allies, I guess, the Dark Green. Do I have to destroy theirs first? I thought I could, like, reclaim theirs or something. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Super on rails. Yeah, instead the first mission gave me... I basically had every tool, I think.
Once your friends talk, no one will stop us. I will cleanse the galaxy myself.
Oh, is this my ally took this? There we go. Maybe, Can I, like, build a level 3 mass extractor on top of a level 1 mass extractor, or do I have to destroy it first? Being conceived as an expansion pack would make a lot of sense, which is why the first mission is like nutty compared to the tutorial. This is much better right here. I was feeling like very discouraged during that crazy opening mission, but I can do what they're asking me to do right now. I think well, I don't know. I'm of two minds on it. I think I simultaneously don't like when they give you a bunch of starting buildings and starting units. But I also, I guess I appreciate it because it's supposed to show you, hey, this is what you should be doing, right? And I think Roller Coaster Tycoon actually kind of exists in a really similar space for me, where it loads in with like all of the coasters already built, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. This is what you've been expecting from me all this time? Are you serious? This is ridiculous. So I don't know how or if they could ever, like, get me to feel more comfortable with that. I thought I told this thing to make a level 3 engineer. Oh, it's still finishing the upgrade. Okay, I understand. So do turrets have, like, a energy cost to operate or something? I guess that would explain why I've been confused by this so far. Does an upgraded tier 1 extractor extract more? Seems like an obvious question, but... Does it get more per extractor, or is it just faster or something? They do? Okay. I feel like getting a level 3 engineer early is pretty important.
The power generators are still online. Destroy them.
I'm working on it. Sure. Wait, so how do I upgrade it? It says upgradable? Ah. The turret's gonna be upgraded too? Maybe not. Oh, I set them in assist mode? I didn't realize it. What did I do to do that? Did I just make it so that stuff that was nearby? Oh, so you can set them to upgrade once you have them upgraded to level 1, and then having... So you don't need these engineers, I guess. Technically? Maybe? Should just have this guy making energy all the time. Can I... He said something about holding shift to Q. Okay, that's what this is. So I've only been doing the tier 2 upgrades this whole time. So you just click it twice to do that if it's already in the middle of one. Okay, I think I understand. Can I queue which of them my engineers go to upgrade, or those have to be one at a time? Looks like my computer ally is kind of handling the map okay. Yeah, I could see that. I definitely prefer it being a flow system to the Warcraft and StarCraft systems of there being a finite amount of resources on the map. It's more interesting in that respect. Because Creeper World remains the only RTS game that I played and completely understood on like the first attempt. I'm trying to interrogate why Creeper World made sense, but this doesn't. I think I like that Creeper World is all turrets. There's no unit movement ever. I don't know if all the games are like that. Is there any reason not to just build these all next to each other? I guess that way the computer shows up and blows up some of them, they blow up all of them all at once. It's kind of cool that it gives you a projected ETA for each one in the queue. And they can just directly build a tier 3 extractor, so we don't have to upgrade them like that, right? Destroy the mark generators to disrupt the order's shield defenses at their forward position. Right, boxes are buildings. So what do they want me to do with this yellow one, or is that just an already destroyed thing that my allies did for me or something? This is a much better map. This is a much better map. This map is fine. I'm actually kind of liking this map. And I could maybe eventually learn what the hell I'm doing. I do wish they would gate some of the buildings a little bit more, but it's not the end of the world. So it just starts as a level 1 land factory. Hydrocarbon power plants. Something that engineers do. I just click on it with them. I don't have to like select something from the build list. Ah, okay. Infinite build. Okay, that's what I want. Ever contextual, you have to select from the build list. Oh, I think I got destroyed. Oh, fuck. Well, there goes that. What tier of building is it? They just destroyed all my shit, didn't they? Jeez. Yeah, so I don't even know what happened there. I dicked around for too long, so the computer sent a bunch of high-level units and destroyed all of my mass extractors. And a bunch of my turrets, I guess. Just killed a bunch more of my turrets. and more of my mass extractors. I'm going to try to build more turrets here in a second, but I had like 4 turrets up here that all just got wiped out. So why are they sending artillery now? Is their economy had the chance to progress? Maybe that's another thing, is that maybe one of these future games I'll play like a 2015 produced RTS game where there's like an enemy aggression meter or like enemy strength meter or something on the screen that gives me a rough sense of how long I've been dicking around, because these games give me this feedback loop where I'm playing it at the beginning of the map and I'm like, everything's fine, this is great, I can take my time, I can build up my economy, I can get my energy going, build some turrets, everything's cool, and then it's like, fuck you, you made a mistake 20 minutes ago and we're gonna punish you for it now, you know? And they destroyed the thing I was working on anyway. Alright, well.
It is imperative that you destroy those power generators.
No, I can pause them without losing progress? Okay. This mission might already be a wash. I'm gonna try to... Yeah, like once I fall this far behind, I'm basically screwed because I can't build a mass extractor very quickly, right? So what happened here? Like, my green ally was helping me on their own for a while, and then like their economy got destroyed by the computer, and they weren't able to continue helping me or something. I'm trying to make a single engineer here to claim one of these again, but I think it's already too late for me to recover, isn't it? Yeah. I think they had them at the beginning of the map, but still. But I still need to use mass to build a mass extractor, right? So it's still going to be like insanely slow. Oh, that's not so bad. Does it only use energy for that or something? That helps. I guess I thought that once I was at a negative mass, it was going to just take forever to catch up. Were you able to just see that from the minimap or something? So I wanted to do an engineer because the engineer can start with a tier 3 mass extractor, right? I see. Oh fuck, I just lost that. here's where I get in trouble too, because it's like about 10 minutes ago, once they blew up all my mass extractors, it would probably be faster to just restart the mission, but I have this like attachment to the save. Like, oh, I've already made all this progress. I don't want to lose all my progress. Maybe I can go back a couple steps here. Hold on. Yeah, I have no idea with regards to any of that. Is this after I'd already fucked up? Or before I was making good progress? Alright, well, we just gotta go hard on building. I think this is before I built any tier 3. So it does cost 36 mass. I'm gonna try to build 1 million turrets this time to see if I can use that to hold them off. What is the computer's best way of dealing with my turrets? If I just make an overwhelming number of them, can they still stop me? Artillery lets them shoot at it from a distance safely, basically. Team.
Power generators are still online. Destroy them.
The northern bottleneck is around this mountain here, basically, between this little valley here. Yeah. I think that makes sense. See what you're saying. Does radar benefit my allies too? Okay, so when I reclaim a mass thing, I instantly get some mass, it looks like. Or at least it fills up my supply. Whoa, what's draining 2,000 energy? Is that the radar that's that expensive? Can I see how much it costs to run? Oh my god. Well, that was a mistake. There's not too much I can do about that now, right? I can't, like, pause it, it looks like. Oh, I can. Okay. Turn it back on once I build all that energy down there. Can the Tier 3 engineer make a better power generator? Do they have a Tier 3 power generator? Looks like it. Okay. Oh wow, that's a lot. Okay. Just a tad bit more. Yeah. I don't really have a lot of aerial units here, but I'll build some of these guys. I think I like the whole flow system for resources as well, because like it feels like in Warcraft and Starcraft turret units are ridiculously powerful, that there's no like upkeep cost to running them once they're built. So as long as you have enough of them guarding an area, they do way more damage per resource than pretty much any mobile unit you can build, you know? So can I like make this guy just automatically assist the other one whenever there's an opportunity, or no? There you go, it's enough to pay for the radar. Right-click the other engineer. It'll automatically help them with whatever they're doing. Okay, thanks. Okay, hopefully that'll hold that space for a while, so I can enjoy not thinking, which seems to be what RTS games are all about building toward. Think a bunch so that you no longer have to think. Alright, so what do I have to build on this thing? You said it's like a hydrocarbon something? What tier of thing is it? You can only build one thing on there. I wish that was context sensitive, but you could just like right click it, but whatever, it's fine. Right, so you can get your energy taken care of pretty quickly. Mass is the problem because there's a limited number of nodes on the map. 100 compared to the 2,000. It seems like you can get tier 3 stuff up and running reasonably fast if you just focus on getting an engineer. Maybe that's different depending on the map you're playing on. I'm going to continue focusing on economy stuff for now. I guess I didn't think about doing storage, so you can try to use storage to, so I'm not wasting the plus 128 when I'm tapped out. Yeah. That's creates mass. Right, so this gives me a use for my extra energy. And I can build that anywhere, right? Oh, there's a tier 3 mass fabricator. Oops. It's fine. What is the storage tier for that?
It is imperative that you destroy those power generators.
Working on it. Be careful with that, because if those blow up, they all blow up, and then I'm gonna be sad panda, I guess. I'm gonna start building an army, maybe? Probably want those behind the land turrets, but whatever. Shield generators around the volatile stuff. Makes sense. Shield generators seem extremely strong. That should more or less cover me for the rest of the map, I assume. Well, maybe not the rest of the map, but I think the whole concept of, oh, the map's going to expand as you play is cool, but at the same time, it feels like since you're moving into these tiers that you should just make your invincible death ball in the first tier when you're not at risk of being hassled, and then the rest of the map should just be easy peasy after that. You can upgrade your ACU. Super units are the experimental ones. Where do you go to upgrade your ACU? Enhancements. Oh, that's kind of cool. Teleporter. Secondary engineer. Missile launcher. See ya. Thanks for hanging out. It's a worthy experiment to keep trying to have here. Infinite heavy assault bots. Well, you can make it a higher tier engineer. It has a default resource allocation. That's neat. Yeah, that'd be nice. Can I just do that immediately on a new map? Get it to tier 3 and start using the tier 3 engineer to make good shit like the tier 3 mass extractors and energy thingies. See how these guys can do here. Mindless death ball time. Not that effective, but that's interesting. I do like your commander being a super engineer. It's a cool concept. Alright, future Marstead, I'm gonna try to make you a Supreme Commander text file with a bunch of notes on this game, so refer to that. Don't forget that you can upgrade your commander. You want to make a whole boatload of these little heavy assault bots and then march them in there to take out these guys. But really make sure you've maxed out your defenses as much as possible before you do that, because the map is going to expand and you can try to have as many turrets and energy generation and stuff as you can before you do the main objective. Try to rush tier 3 engineers as fast as you can by rushing a tier 3 factory. Build these tier 3 power generators because they're worth a shitload. Build a tier 3 radar as quickly as you can, because the extra vision of the map helps your turrets shoot things before the enemies can get in range of the turrets to attack them. Use lots and lots of turrets, use shield generators, and then build a death ball and push through to the end. Good luck and Godspeed. And thanks if you're watching this on YouTube for bearing with me. Like I said, I'm really bad at this genre. I'm trying to figure out if I can ever play a game that's going to make it click for me. This gets me a little bit closer on this map.